What's up guys, it's your fake Kiwi coach and give me 6 months of your time and I'll give you the best golf swing of your life. So welcome back to the channel. In this particular video, we're actually going to be doing a putting video. I'm going to be showing you a client's kind of before putting stroke as well as their after putting stroke. Now, if you watched our channel, you probably know that we have no videos on putting as well as on short game because I typically don't refer to myself as a short game coach. However, I do feel like I have the basics down. So I'm hoping that this video for a lot of you guys will help you with the basics of the putting stroke. So let's go do this thing. But before we get into the video, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, and that is Kiwi Golf Japan. If you're too busy or you just can't make it out to our locations for lessons, Kiwi Golf Japan is the membership site for you. With over 170 plus videos of golf instruction, we have everything on the membership site that you could possibly want. So if you're interested in that, check out the link down below and let's get into this video. So like I said in the intro, this particular video is actually going to be about putting. We have a client here. You're going to be able to see kind of the before stroke as well as the after stroke. And we're really going to focus on some key points and fundamentals that I think that you guys should be thinking about when we're looking at the putting stroke from the face-on view. Now, the reason why I typically don't make short game videos, like I said, is I don't consider myself a short game coach. If you guys didn't know, in America, typically you section yourself off whenever you do your branding or your marketing, and I was more so known as a swing coach, which I think for you guys here in Japan, you probably know me more as a swing coach as well, because I don't post any videos on short game. But I do think I'm still qualified enough to talk about this topic in the broad sense that I'm going to be talking about in this particular video. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the before putting stroke first, and then the after putting stroke, and then I'm going to discuss exactly what we're going to be talking about in this particular video. So here's the before stroke, and then this is going to be the after stroke. So like you probably saw, there's some pretty big differences between the two strokes. So I want to start this video off by talking about really the myths that I've been hearing when it comes to putting stroke mechanics from the face on. And then from there, once we get past the myths and I kind of debunk those myths and explain why those are maybe not what you want to do, we're then going to talk about some mechanics that we introduced to this particular client. So the first myth I want to talk about is this whole concept of keeping the body still, keeping the head still, and then rocking your shoulders when you're putting. I'm sure a lot of you guys have maybe watched a YouTube video where you see an instructor put an alignment stick underneath their armpits and then rock their shoulders, and that's what they're teaching you to do for the overall putting stroke. Now, the reason why I think this is an issue is the more and more you actually start to rock your shoulders, what you're doing actually is you're adding side bend to the stroke, right? So you're adding on right side lateral bend and you're adding on left side lateral bend, right? So you're tilting kind of the body this way and this way. The issue with that is you're actually shifting your low point every single time that you tilt your body. So on the backswing, if you're rocking your shoulder and you add on left side lateral bend, your potential low point should be way ahead of the golf ball, unless you tilt your body on the way down, which is what they teach you, right? So then your potential low point shifts more and more behind the golf ball. So if you start to do this in large amounts, you're going to find that you have really inconsistent low point control, which means that your strike control from high to low in the face will be really inconsistent. You're not going to launch the golf ball consistent. You won't get the same type of spin rates, as well as you're just going to get overall a not pure roll. So one of the key points I like to talk to my clients if we ever talk about putting is we got to minimize the tilts that you're adding throughout your swing, right? We got to get rid of this concept of rocking the shoulders with your putting stroke and get more into kind of a hand slash wrist slash arm dominated putting stroke. Because if we can do that, we're actually going to minimize the tilts and we're going to have a whole lot more control over the putter head. So to explain this concept, let's go ahead and take a look at the after swing first. So one of the main things that we talked about with this client first was really in the short putting stroke, the main key elements are the hands are going to move, right? So they're going to move linear. And then as well, once you get to a certain point, the wrist, is specifically the right wrist, is going to start to move towards an extended fashion, right? It's going to move this way. And if you watch a lot of great putters, that's typically the stroke that they have, right? They're more so moving the hands and not really tilting their shoulders, right? So moving the hands to start the stroke. And then when they want a longer stroke, they start to add on a little bit of extension in the right wrist, which lengthens the stroke as well as it just overall allows you to keep the rhythm of the stroke. So what you're finding here in the after putting stroke is that's what we're exactly trying to do, right? We're trying to move the hands more. If anything, if we want a little bit longer stroke, we'll have a little bit of extension in that right wrist, which you can kind of see here if we zoom in. And then from here, as we start to move down, we're trying to do two things actually for this particular client. We're trying to continue to have the hands lead the stroke forward as well as the right wrist is moving out of extension back towards the flatter wrist. All right, so that's it for you guys on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll give you guys some wrap up points so you guys can actually try this at home. So first and foremost, if you watch those YouTube videos videos where the instructors put the alignment stick under their armpits and they rock their shoulders for the putting stroke, that is something you probably want to avoid. You don't want to be tilting the sternum so much or adding on those side bends because you're going to be shifting your low point all over the place and it's really difficult to control, especially when you're doing it quite a lot, like a lot of you guys I see do. So if that is the case, what I want you guys to start off with is maybe try some one-handed putts with just the right hand or your dominant hand only. Focus on moving your arms and your hands and your wrist as opposed to moving the body, and what you'll find is all of that tilting action will completely go away when you're doing that one-handed stroke. Now once you add on the other hand, yes, you're going to have, no matter what, a little bit of tilting with that. But if you can get the overall sensation of kind of covering the golf ball a little bit more, like we talked about in this video, and having a little bit more hand and wrist dominated stroke, you're probably going to find that your low point becomes a whole lot more consistent. You're going to be rolling the golf ball a whole lot better, and at least you got the roll of the ball down, and now you just have to read the greens as well as start the ball in line and all that good stuff. So if you guys enjoy this video and if you guys struggle with this, well, you should check out our Kiwi Coach 6-month program. One of the lessons at the very end of our program, we do go over a little bit with the short game, and especially if you want to make the whole program about short game, we can do that as well. Just talk to us. So check out that Kiwi Coach 6-month program. There'll be a link down below for that. Sign up for the membership because it really supports this channel, and like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video.